course. Suppose it makes sense. Wearing a bit thin. I hope the ears are a bit less conspicuous this time.
Oh well, close enough. Yes indeed, look at that. I look like I'm ready to be shouted at by a drill sergeant in the US Marines or something. What are you doing, Private Taylor? But welcome back. I thought I'd do a quick update. Not massive amounts happening, but some good things, and yeah, some things are moving on sort of nicely and good things coming up, so I thought I'd do a quick update. Like I said, still not much going on, but I've been watching more and more stuff. Been watching quite a few films, good and bad. Start off with the bad. I decided to try and make myself watch the one James Bond film I've never watched all the way through, called For Your Eyes Only. That's a Roger Moore one, and I couldn't do it. It's terrible. It's literally awful. It's boring, but it's also bad. And I tried, and some of the other James Bond films, I don't get that excited about. Even Spectre, the latest one, the last one, I tend to fall asleep in that, but at least I can fall asleep in it. This one was so bad, it kept annoying me to the extent that I just had to switch it off in the end. So if you haven't seen it, I wouldn't waste your time on it. But there was one thing at the beginning that reminded me of someone, and you can see why, because I'll show you the clip, and you can, and it was very reminiscent of one of the characters in the
your hair on.
Put me down! Put me down!
Oh, you want to get off?
Mr. Bond!
And yes, the cat had the good sense to get out of the way before Blofeld was dropped down the chimney. Those were the opening credits. That was about as good as it got, and that was pretty naff. But on the other side, I've been watching some good films as well. Good old film that I hadn't seen for years called The Taking of Pelham 123. There was a remake of it with Denzel Washington, which is a good film in itself, but this original one I hadn't seen for literally 20 or 30 years. And I remembered it being good, but it is brilliant. So that was a good film to watch. And then other things like, I watched Captain America, with, of course, the Winter Soldier, which is possibly the best of all of those movies. It's actually a really quite grown-up film, but it's got awesome action and a good story as well. So and it's got one of the best lines in all the Marvel films.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
So yeah, there's that. But I haven't just been watching telly, although I'll come back to something else I've been watching in a bit. I'm in my shorts, and the weather really isn't shorts wearing weather, but I'm in all this gear right now because I've recently started doing yoga online, doing online yoga classes. My sister recommended it about a month or so ago, and I went to one, found it quite enjoyable. Then I had my difficult period, and then so I didn't go for a few weeks. Then I've gone. This is the 4th week in a row I've been to. It's really nice. It's with a couple of guys who were the instructors, who are actually from back where I grew up. So that's how my sister knows it. But with one of the sort of bonuses of all this COVID new world is that now they're doing, because they can't do their classes face to face, they're doing them on Zoom. So you can do that from wherever. So although they're all in West Kirby, I'm joining in, and they're really nice, and it's a really good hour and a half every Wednesday late afternoon, and there's usually about a dozen to 20 people on there, and just really nice, and I do genuinely at the end of it feel really chilled out. In fact, today I was really glad that it was on Zoom, because you finish off with a 10-minute relaxation where you just close your eyes and they talk you through and you concentrate on your breathing. And I suddenly woke myself up with a snore because I got so relaxed. I was dreaming, and then I went, what the? Oh, and it was so silent that I thought, oh my God, I wonder if they've all gone. So I had a quick look at the screen, and they were still there. I was thinking, how long was I asleep? And it must have only been like a split second, but I was off. But it's really good, and it's all stretching, and it's all stuff like that. So it's good, and it's good because the whole point of it is you're focusing on the movement. So you, as far as possible, your mind is not getting distracted by all the other things that normally crowd into it. I'm finding it really nice, and in fact I'm even investing in a mat. I've been doing it with the trusty towel and a couple of cushions, but when I go up, which is one of the things I'll tell you about in a minute, when I go up the weekend, I'm going to pick up a proper mat so I can do it and in even more comfort, which probably means I'll sleep even sounder at the end of it. I've been watching sport on telly as well, which has been generally good. Mainly watching the football's all started back up again, and that's been good. Watching Barcelona has been really good. There was a really good match on Sunday night, so I watched that. And then Monday night, Everton were playing, and I thought, well, they'd their first 3 matches back, they'd drawn 1 and won 2, so they were doing pretty well. I thought, okay, watch that. Yet another terrible game. So they lost, they were appalling, but it's still part of getting back to normality. Like that is, like getting the haircut is. Oh, like something else I've just invested in, which is linked, that just arrived today. The last of the series that I haven't read since I started rereading all the books about 2 or 3 years ago. The Man with the Golden Gun. It's the last of the real James Bond films in the order that they were written. This is the last main novel. There are a couple of short stories that came out after this, but this is the last main novel. So it's been a long time since I've actually read this, probably over 30 years or so. So looking forward to that, because that was part of my routine. So back into that. As usual, I've been doing lots of music. I've got to control myself on it, and I am. But I am literally just, there's a song a day being recorded, so I'm well over 30 songs. Well, I've already put nearly 30 songs on YouTube. Here are a couple of here's the latest one that came out a couple of days ago.
That you never wish to stay, bound with all the weight of all the words he tried to say. As he faced the sun, he cast no shadow.
my little bit of fame from all that nonsense. I've got my own Facebook channel attached to my Facebook page for my music videos. And the one I put up of the Sex Pistols song that I put out about a week ago, got about over 400 likes. And it's quite bizarre because you can target it, because I put it out as a sort of Facebook promotion thing. But I'm big in South America, Argentina and Colombia. Crazy Colombians keep liking my videos. So there we are. Maybe I'm going to emigrate to Colombia, but probably not. There are some nice comments on there, but yeah, I'm building it. There's about 30 people now follow my page on there for the music. And I've got another song coming out putting out on Friday, which is a very sort of important personal one for me.
Angel came down from heaven yesterday. She stayed with me just long enough to rescue me.
That's another one, but like I said, there's just a huge stream of them. I've already put nearly 30 on YouTube, and there's at least another 8 or 10 that I've already recorded but just haven't done videos for yet. So it's going at pace, and I'm just really enjoying it, and enjoying putting them, as I said, enjoying putting the videos together. Like I enjoyed putting that silly video that I just woke up with the idea of this morning, and just thought, oh yeah, that would be fun, and it was. So now I've achieved my other dream of being Doctor Who for a minute and a half. There we are. Oh, one great thing I nearly forgot to mention. On Saturday, I had a Zoom catch up with a very old friend of mine. Well, he's like me. He is very old, but he's the same age as me. He's in fact 8 days older than me, and he's the guy that I shared a room with when we first went to university. We shared a room in our first year at Leeds Uni, and he ended up being my best man at my wedding and things like that. We hadn't seen each other for a while, just about 18 months or so, but I sent him a card on his birthday. He got in touch, we spoke the next day, had a really good catch up, and he's the one who's incredibly impressive. He's a professor of sort of biochemistry, and I was making a joke, you're not going to come up with a vaccine for COVID, are you? And it turns out, in a way, he is, because he's currently working on something that will not be exactly the cure or the vaccine, but is something that he's developed, his organisation has developed, that you add to vaccines to make them stronger. And he's in the sort of closing stages of discussions with the people who are getting there to develop the vaccines, so that when they have this vaccine, because vaccines work at different strengths for different people, then this can effectively amplify it, so that if it's not going to work as strongly for you, this will make it stronger so that it works for you. So he could have genuinely a role in saving people from COVID in the future. I always said he was going to do something like that. He literally does work on cures for cancer and multiple sclerosis and all those kinds of things. So he's a very impressive guy. But it was just lovely to catch back up with him. And he's a really nice guy, and that was a real highlight as well. So yeah, the other important thing really is that the most important thing really is that I'm going up this weekend to Liverpool again for the whole weekend this time, because some of the hotels are now open. So I'm going up on Saturday, staying Saturday night, coming back Sunday. I'm going to see again my sister and her family. I'm going to see my 2 grown boys, because the eldest one is going to travel up from Canterbury and he's going to stay over on Saturday night. So it'll be the first time that he and his brother have actually seen each other, probably since we all met up in Sheffield for Slipknot in January. So it's just going to be really nice to get everyone back together again. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'll give you an update on that no doubt next week. Other than that, as usual, thanks for watching, thanks for any likes or comments you make, and hope you're doing well out there. Okay, bye.